Happy International Dance Week, everyone. Happy International Dance Week. This is night two of our 4-day festival. Last night was incredible, and I'm just so excited for what we're all going to experience here tonight and over the weekend. I'm Ryan Bradshaw. I'm a local spoken word poet, and this is Shannon Lacroix, who will be doing some French translation this evening.
Bonsoir à tous et à tous. Bonne semaine internationale de la danse. Bienvenue à cette deuxième soirée. Hier, c'était incroyable. On a très hâte de vivre la soirée de ce soir et de voir ce qui va se dérouler au cours de la fin de semaine. Ryan Bradshaw est animateur de la soirée. Je fais la traduction pour les 4 soirs.
Before we begin, I want to acknowledge that this International Dance Week Festival is taking place on Treaty 6 territory, which encompasses the lands of the Cree, Dakota, Nakota, Saulteaux, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. And I would like to acknowledge that we are all treaty people. Every one of us is responsible for working towards reconciliation, and part of that includes educating ourselves and educating each other on the histories of this land that we call home.
Avant de commencer la soirée, je veux reconnaître que le festival se déroule sur le territoire du traité numéro 6, la terre traditionnelle de nombreux peuples autochtones, dont les Cris, les Dakota, les Nakota et les Saulteaux, et de la patrie de la nation métisse. Nous sommes privilégiés de pouvoir créer sur cette terre. Chacun d'entre nous a un rôle à jouer dans la réconciliation. J'invite les gens à apprendre plus sur l'histoire de cette terre.
In the spirit of education, I've given some thought to what I might be able to share with you today on about Treaty 6 territory. And my full time job is working at a retail shop called the Flag Shop. So I decided to bring a Treaty 6 flag with me here today. And here's my volunteer sitting in a different spot tonight. So this is the Treaty 6 flag. In the center around the emblem, it says, "As long as the sun shines and the river flows and the grass grows." And I wanted to bring attention to the year 1876, which is when the treaty was signed, a full 29 years before Saskatchewan would become a province.
Dans l'esprit de la réconciliation et du partage, Ryan a apporté un drapeau parce qu'il travaille dans un magasin de drapeaux dans la ville. C'est le drapeau officiel du traité numéro 6. Il voulait porter attention en particulier à l'année 1876, l'année de la signature du traité, et ce a été fait 29 ans avant que la Saskatchewan devienne une province.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight and enjoy.
Merci, profitez bien.
So that was Wai Liu and Ranganthan Rajan. And that was stunning. Thank you so much. Um, I'm sure it must be nice to sit down. My legs were tired just watching. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful work. So we have a few questions for you before we wrap up this evening. Um, and I thought I could start just by asking um, a little bit about your background, each of your individual backgrounds in dance.
Uh, I I started dancing late. I did an year in diploma in dance in India, which had like some classical styles, uh, by to like martial art and mostly like just floor techniques. I didn't learn growing up a lot of standing work, but I came to Canada and I'm very happy. I trained here for 3 years at the Dance Arts Institute, and yeah, I just like doing work outside. I I run a lot. I do some martial arts, and it's like just a mix of.
Hi, thank you for coming. I No, 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 go ahead. I'll do both of your answers in French after. I grew up in Hong Kong, so I do a lot of recreational activity for my Asian parents. So dance was my one of the exams that I have to take for ballet. But then after I came to Canada, I fell in love with contemporary as well as experimental dancing, like this kind of not very formally like technique, but just like trying out, experimenting, being in the presence. That's what I'm currently exploring and am interested in. So, yeah, that's a little bit of my background. Alors pour, l'historique un peu des 2 artistes, alors il a commencé à danser en Inde, il a fait un programme d'1 an avant de venir au Canada, il a fait un programme ici, à Toronto. Il fait aussi des arts martiaux qui font partie un peu de son historique, de son style. Pour elle, elle a grandi à Hong Kong, elle a fait de la danse là-bas, ça faisait partie un peu de la culture et en arrivant au Canada, elle a découvert, la danse contemporaine et expérimentale et c'est ça qu'elle est en train d'explorer en ce moment.
And how did this collaboration come to be? And how did you come up with this concept together?
Okay. Uh, the thing we saw this one. So I was like earlier. I was thinking about like we meet a lot, but then I was thinking about like technique and like I did a previous work. It's like where you take the whole body together. You don't leave anything behind. I was doing like these kind of things, and I just came with this, and I got interested in like that form. So I was like, we came together. We really dig in to this, and we practiced a few things in the winter, just outside supermarkets and these kind of places. And then we kind of like lost touch. But we made a concept that we're going to take a few forms and then see within those forms like a dialectic of like sensation versus like utility. Um, that was something we were working towards, and also like the idea of like negative and positive space, because I feel like as dancers we are overly empathetic. We go so we're like thinking, what does it mean to go through someone, with like leaving aside the judgment of violence in the first instance and going more towards like how do we, if we are actually sharing space, then like moving the positive space is also, that displacement also creates another space, another opportunity. So just like it took us time, because we, one mantra we always kept saying is, what is it? It's not dangerous. We're not trying to kill each other. So like even trying within this moment how to be playful, and so that's how we started. And
Alors j'ai pris des notes. Donc, le mouvement a commencé ou le partenariat a commencé avec l'idée du mouvement des pieds comme ça, rythmique, et cette technique-là a fait partie un peu heu, de l'idée de base, l'idée de bouger les corps ensemble, aussi de voir les formes différentes, que le corps peut prendre, heu et aussi l'espace négatif et positif, ce que ça veut dire d'aller vers un ou de devoir reculer vers l'autre. Donc c'est des éléments, avec lesquels, les artistes voulaient jouer, et de voir un peu comment ces mouvements-là pouvaient aller ensemble.
The sound is something that really struck me in the piece too, the use of the natural soundscape, and how did you choose that, and how did that help shape what you were building?
I like to work with more soundscape or silence, even like in a lot of these moments, it's a lot of the sound and also breath in our piece. So I feel like maybe something contradicting or like something of the nature because it's very kind of like if you cannot tell, it's kind of hard work. So we want to like relax ourselves when we're like sensing like the environment, not just like be very not just be very in tune into our like getting intense, more intense. You
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like those kind of like just sounds or soundscapes, um, like let us like breathe from the ear. So when we're looking front, breathing from the ear, like or like brushing through the sides, kind of like reminds us how like we have to like take everything together. Even in an instance, if you like for example, if you like go for a walk, right, and like you see, it need not be trees in nature. It could be anywhere, even here. Like while you walk, how do you like collect everything, like all this? So I felt like going on walks gave us a lot of um, uh, way of like approaching it that way. So I feel like those sounds made sense also for us.
Alors, on parle ici de l'utilisation du son, dans la pièce. Donc elle disait qu'elle aime beaucoup utiliser le son ambiant naturel et aussi le silence. De cette façon-là, on fait valoir le rythme des pas, le souffle aussi, parce que c'est un travail, ardu de pouvoir, continuer dans ces rythmes-là et le mouvement, continuel. Il disait aussi, lui, que le bruit ambiant, c'est un peu comme le souffle de l'oreille. Donc, c'est une façon pour nous de voir comment on absorbe le monde autour de nous. Il citait l'exemple d'aller prendre une marche. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'on observe autour de nous en entendant les bruits?
Okay, I think we have time for one more. So part of this dance festival that's happening this week is not only the four showcases that we're having from Thursday to Sunday, but on Saturday and Sunday we're also having some free workshops by these artists. And you are having your workshop tomorrow morning, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Can you let everyone know what that's going to be about?
In the workshop, we'll try to go through or like we were planning how we couldn't just continue the question of whatever we are working on. So like we'll just to break it down, the first part we'll go through a lot of like physical work, which like all the fundamentals of how to take everything together, what is direct, talking about positive negative space. We'll talk about mirroring, empathy, shadow, like what does it mean to do a shadow form, these kind of things. And the second will be more like improvisational, where you like play. So you'll see basically just this. So if you also want to do, just please come.
Dans le cadre des activités de la semaine, il y a des ateliers gratuits qui se déroulent à Saskatoon. Ces 2 artistes vont animer un atelier demain de 11h30 à 13h et l'explication un peu de l'atelier de demain, c'est de se poser la question comment planifier, une pièce comme ça, une œuvre comme celle qu'on vient de visionner ce soir. Donc, on parle ici du travail physique, de comment jouer avec les ombres, le positif et le négatif. Donc, on va explorer ces éléments-là et à la fin, on va faire de l'improvisation justement pour explorer ce qu'on vient d'apprendre.
Those are all taking place. The 4 workshops this weekend are taking place at Free Flow Dance Center. Again, everything is free, largely thanks to our sponsors. So I want to thank them right now. I would like to acknowledge the Government of Canada's support for our International Dance Week Festival. We would also like to express our gratitude to our other sponsors, including Sask Culture, Sask Lotteries, and Sask Arts. Plus, send a big thank you to Free Flow Dance Theater Company, Free Flow Dance Center, 5x5 Livestream, who's up there. Hello, everyone on the live stream. And the staff and volunteers at the Reme Arts Center for providing such an incredible venue and helping so much. And also thank you to Nathan Ragami Photography, who is taking photographs this evening.
Un grand merci à tous nos partenaires et bailleurs de fonds, dont notre photographe 5x5 qui fait la web diffusion en ce moment, Free Flow Dance Studio également, qu'on veut remercier. Le projet du Festival international de la semaine de danse est financé en partie par le gouvernement du Canada. Un gros merci encore à tous nos autres partenaires, bailleurs de fonds, employés et bénévoles.
And please, another huge round of applause for Ranganthan Rajan and Wai Lui. Wai Liu. Thank you.
Thank you.